Yo, what's going down, everybody? It is StraitOuttaBoston here, aka the King of Boston, and today we're here for episode 1 of a new series I'm starting out. This is going to be a GameFaceStudios exclusive series. It is going to be a fantasy draft franchise in MLB 13 the show with my favorite team, my hometown team, the Boston Red Sox. And yes, what's up, GameFaceStudios? This is my first video on this channel. First, I want to shout out IKC and Wyza and everybody at GFS for letting me in. I'm really excited for this opportunity to just kind of meet some new people, hang out with some new people, or talk to them, you know, whatever, interact with them, all that good stuff. This is what this community channel is about. Anyway, so we're doing a fantasy draft franchise. My first pick in the first round, I'm going to take Tulowitzki. Then second round, I'm going to take Gio Gonzalez. Third round, I'm going to end up taking Chase Headley. I think I showed the first 7 or 8 rounds of this. Fourth round, we're going to go with Willen Rosario, the young catcher from the Colorado Rockies, with a ton of power. With the 5th round, we're going to take Matt Harvey, another good young pitcher. Him and Gio will be a top 2 for the future. Then we're going to take Alex Gordon in the 6th round. Nice left fielder from Kansas City. 7th round, Clay Buchholz, the ace of the Red Sox staff this year, and an AL Cy Young candidate. And with the 8th round pick, we're going to take Chris Davis. And I think that pretty much wraps up the picks that I show you guys. And you're going to see our lineup here. It's going to go Gordon, Kipnis, Tulowitzki, Headley, Chris Davis, Willen Rosario, Nick Markakis, BJ Upton, and then Lorenzo Cain, our DH, would hit 9th, or the pitcher would. You can see our rotation here. Chris Carpenter, Gio Gonzalez, Matt Harvey, Clay Buchholz, Justin Masterson. In the bullpen, we got Colon, Valverde, Dale Thayer, Oliver Perez, Darren Oliver, Christian Martinez, and Mariano Rivera. So you can take a look at our roster right here. You're going to notice as we get down towards this part of the roster, you're going to see a lot of top prospects as well. Nick Castellanos, Will Myers, Byron Buxton, Jameson Taillon, Francisco Lindor, Taijuan Walker, just to name a few. And I'm really excited about this team. My goal for the team during the draft was to draft a lot of players who were sort of in their prime, on the south side of 30, but in the 27 to 29 range. Guys like Davis, Chase Headley, Troy Tulowitzki, they all fit that bio. Gio Gonzalez is 27. He's about to get in towards his prime. And then we have some good young guys like Matt Harvey. I think Kipnis is only about 25. Buchholz is 28. Masterson, I think, is in the 27 to 28 range. So we're simulating a few games here. My goal is to show you guys about 1 game per month. So I simulated the first couple weeks. We start out 8-11, not our best start, but we are the #1 overall team ranked-wise, and I'm really not too worried about it. So we're gonna face off against the Oakland A's, who are another one of my favorite teams. Pretty much the A's and the Red Sox are 2 teams I root for in baseball, if you guys are wondering. And we're going to be going up against them in their fantasy draft roster. So I remember last year when I did fantasy draft on my channel, I think we had a very poor start as well. We were around 500 until about 60 games in. And my team ended up finishing about 104 and 58. So I'm really not too worried about the slow start. I think this team will turn it around. But for now, we have a game to play, and it's against the Oakland Athletics. Now, if you guys don't know, if you've never heard of me before, baseball is probably my strong suit. This and basketball are my 2 favorite sports. I do tons of 2K videos and MLB 13 the show videos over on my channel, but that's not why we're here. We're here for this fantasy draft franchise, and you can see our matchup today is Justin Masterson versus Michael Pineda. Masterson, the former Red Sox top prospect who was traded in the Victor Martinez deal in, I believe, 2009, and Pineda was the former Mariners top prospect who was traded to the Yankees for Jesus Montero and a few other minor league players in the offseason before the 2012 season. So you can see the A's lineup right here. A few notable names like Curtis Granderson, Victor Martinez, Matt Wieters, top prospect Nick Franklin, Drew Stubbs, Andy Dirks. Our lineup, I didn't change it at all. No substitutes or anything from the lineup I showed you earlier. So really good team. Like I said, we started off a little bit slow, but hopefully we can turn it around. Top 2 of the 0-2 count to Curtis Granderson. He crushes this one to deep right field, and that is going to be out of the park into the right field bleachers over the bullpen. So the A's would get out to an early 1-0 lead. Granderson doing what he'd do. Obviously, very good power hitter. Struggles to make contact sometimes, but when he hits it, it goes a long way. BJ Upton here, though, in the bottom of the 3rd, the 1-0 count. He's going to get on base. That is our first hit of the ball game, just past Brendan Crawford at shortstop. He is one of the best defensive shortstops in the league, but he could not stab that one, so Upton gets on. And Upton would later steal second now, so runner at second for Lorenzo Cain. And Cain crushes this one to deep right field. That is hooking, and it will stay fair for a 2-run home run for Lorenzo Cain. One of the players that I went to a Red Sox Royals game earlier this year, and my dad and I both agreed this guy is a stud. We're really excited about Lorenzo Cain's future. And if the Red Sox can ever find a way to get him, that'd be so cool, because I think Cain's going to be great. Chris Davis, though, going IpodKingCarter later in the bottom of the 4th now for a solo shot over the Green Monster. And we're really going to be playing some wall ball today. You're going to notice a lot of balls go off that Green Monster. I really want to utilize that with this team. We have a few guys who can take it to the opposite field. Nick Markakis here is going to get a base hit as that drops right in front of the right fielder, Drew Stubbs. So Nick Markakis is on now with a leadoff single, I believe. So the next batter for your Boston Red Sox is going to be B.J. Upton, the 1-1 count to him. Upton's going to hit this one in between the 5-6 hole for a base hit. So now we got runners on first and second with still no outs. Great scoring opportunity. We want to try and open up this game. Maybe put them away early and just let Masterson eat up some innings. Lorenzo Cain, though, he has other ideas. He's going to ground into the 4-6-3 double play as he just gets thrown out of first base. So now we have a runner on third with 2 outs. Cain really killed our rally a little bit right there, but we still have a runner on third. Alex Gordon's up, and he's going to take the first pitch into the left center field gap, and that is going to bounce off the scoreboard. I believe that might have one hopped. I couldn't quite tell. That'll be fielded. The throw into second is not in time, and Alex Gordon has himself an RBI double. So great hitting by Alex Gordon using that wall, as I said. Now Jason Kipnis is up, and he's going to do the same thing. He hit this one to left field, and that is going to go off of the wall. That went off the very top of the wall, right above the little Red Sox logo. It's almost a home run, but, you know, once again, using the wall, using our field to our advantage. And even though we do have a lot of lefties in our lineup, really impressed with how they were able to go to the opposite field today. And that would do it for Michael Pineda. He would be pulled by A's manager Brett Melvin. Melvin. Did I just say Melvin? I have no idea. The new A's pitcher is going to be Brett Cecil, who has had a rough year so far with that 7.07 ERA. His signature goggles, and now Troy Tulowitzki is going to crush this one once again off the wall, so it's double after double after double, and Tulowitzki has himself an RBI double of his own as he dives in there safely. So the Red Sox really blew this game open right here as we would take a 6-1 lead. The bottom and the top half of our lineup really doing well. Chase Headley now is going to ground this one back to the pitcher. It'll be fielded by Cecil. He'll fire into first, and that would retire the side. So the inning is over. Finally, the A's get out of it, but not before surrendering 4 runs to the Boston Red Sox. So it's 6-1 here. Bottom 6, Chris Davis up, and Davis is going to scorch this one to right field. And yes, this somehow stays fair, even though it looked very foul. But you're going to take a look at a screenshot of the replay in just a moment. But before we get to that, Chris Davis with a solo home run, his second of the game. He had none entering this game, but he really stepped it up today. He really showcased his power and showcased why he's one of the best power hitting first basemen in the American League. You can see there, it is just fair. I know it's kind of hard to tell, but it did barely stay fair. Willen Rosario crushes this one. That is going to go off the top of the wall once again. So Rosario using the wall as well. He crushes left-handers, and going up against Brett Cecil, that was an easy mismatch for us. He has about, what, 97 power against lefties or something like that. Something crazy. I don't know. I was using the OSFM 2.0s for this roster. Lorenzo Cain up the 0-0 count. That's going to get through the gap. No, it's going to be stabbed by Crawford. Here comes Rosario. He's going to try and score. He is safe at the plate. Great hustle by Willen Rosario. Cain also with the heads-up play. Gets into second base. Now Alex Gordon up, and Gordon is going to strike out swinging on the low slider. So the A's would finally get out of the inning, but now it is 8-1 Red Sox as we have blown this game open. You can take a look at the 6th inning recap on your screen right now. Great performance by Chris Davis. Granderson with a home run of his own. Masterson very solid through 6 innings, but I'm going to end up leaving him in too long, as you're going to see. We get into the top 7. Here is Matt Wieters. Wieters is going to crush this one, and he's going to play a little wall ball of his own. He hits that one off of the show logo, and that will be a leadoff double for the Oakland Athletics. So they're trying to get back into this game. Maybe if they can close it to 4, maybe even 3 runs, they have a chance. It's not quite over yet. And I shouldn't have stretched Masterson out this long. I was just trying to save the bullpen a little bit. And that's misplayed by our second baseman. Jason Kipnis cannot get a feel for that one, and he ends up letting that go by. So that's a base hit for the Oakland Athletics. Now first and third with no outs. Masterson starting to struggle. Here's Ricky Weeks, the 1-2 count. Weeks this up 1-2 the shortstop. We're going to turn the 6-4-3 double play as Tulo goes to Kipnis and on to Davis at first. But a run does score, so it's 8-2 now with 2 outs in the inning. Now here is Brendan Crawford up the 0-1 count to him. Crawford's going to take this one into right field for a base hit. And it looks like our right field is going to come up firing. Markakis tried to throw him out at first, but Markakis doesn't have the strongest arm in the world. So that is alright. It was hit hard enough that I thought maybe we could get him, but did not. So anyway, Drew Stubbs up now. The first pitch to him is the next batter. He's going to crush this one off of the Green Monster. So we were really playing wall ball effectively earlier, but now that Green Monster is not doing us any favors, as that is going to drive in Crawford. He will come all the way around from first base on the RBI double by Drew Stubbs, the man traded to the Cleveland Indians this offseason. But the 0-2 count to Andy Dirks, and Dirks strikes out looking on that sinker. So Masterson gets out of the inning. That would be it for him. We're going to bring in Oliver Perez afterwards. Very solid, strong 7 innings from Masterson. Exactly what I needed out of him. Ate some innings up threw some good pitches, pitched pretty well. The numbers are going to be a little bit misleading because of that bad 7th inning. But anyway, Jason Kipnis up now as Michael Stutes is the new pitcher for the Oakland A's. And it looks like Kipnis is going to get on with a base hit. So a leadoff single for Jason Kipnis. And now it looks like the next batter is Troy Tulowitzki. And Tulowitzki is going to hit this one into left field. That is going to be misplayed by the left fielder, Andy Derricks. Looks like the center fielder is now going to have to come over and field it. And that will be, well, we're going to wave around our runner. And he is safe at home. Troy Tulowitzki will get into third base as well. So that's an RBI double. And I think he would only advance to third in the throw. So they wouldn't credit him with that. Now we got a runner on third with no outs. Chase Headley crushes this one deep center field. That one is back. Granderson at the track. He has got this one, but that will be deep enough to score. The runner, Troy Tulowitzki, comes home, and we extend our lead to 10-3. So this one's just about over. The Red Sox really blew this game open, and we added on some insurance right there. Later now, top 9, runner on first base. The A's would bring home one more run, but I felt it wasn't really necessary to show that run. This game was pretty much over, and this video is already getting a little bit long, so I figured I'd wrap it up right here. That's pretty much going to wrap this video. Oliver Perez pitched the last 2 innings. He only allowed 1 run, and we end up winning this ball game 10-4. So we advanced to 9-11 on the season. The next game, like I said, I'll play about 1 game per month, or at least record 1 game per month and show it to you guys. I'm going to try and put this series up about once a week on this channel. Anyway, thank you GameFaceStudios for coming and watching this video. I appreciate it. I'm really excited to be a part of this channel, as I mentioned before. That's pretty much going to wrap this video, so I thank you guys for watching. Hope you did enjoy, and so I'm out. Peace.